guys, welcome to Podtendo Saturday morning ultimate tier review show. That really didn't fall off the tongues very well. I'm your co-host Mick, and I'm joined every episode by my lovely and talented co-host
Tyson.
Cool. There you go. So here's our giant tiers list. If you've been following along, look at them all. Look at them all there. Where's Tony Hawk? Do you know where Tony Hawk is? I think that was the last game. That'll tell us we're up to date. We can find.
Yes, it's middle of the pack, just below. It's in good, and just below Shovel Knight and above Final Fantasy.
Oh, okay.
Like vertically.
Oh yeah, right there.
And between,
Perfect. Awesome. So this is our up-to-date one. There you go, Tony Hawk. That's where we're at. We're not talking about that today. We're talking about 3 games. We're talking about the Aladdin, Jungle Book, and Lion King, all on the Super Nintendo, respectively. This is a tough one to rank because these trilogies are up and down, especially this one specifically. I think Aladdin, we have one really solid game, and then the other 2 that are probably maybe not close to burnable, but like definitely skippable.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I'm just going through the okay but skippable line.
Yeah. Okay. So if we're doing this, I would look at, say them all. Let's start with the worst one. So Jungle Book for myself, I probably put Jungle Book somewhere in terms of platforming, maybe slightly, probably like right here. I'd probably put it right beside like Battletoad and like Mystical Ninja.
Okay. See, you're being a little too generous. I'm looking kind of near the bottom. Like Jungle Book's a bad game to me.
Yeah. Okay.
So I would put it like just above Excite Bike. Because, I mean, Sergeant's Heroes has some questionable platforming too, but I think that there's more.
There's like fun things to do in that game. Okay, so Jungle Book is way down there. Okay. So then Lion King. A little bit better. There were some flaws for sure. Yeah, like that wasn't the best game, but it was better. I think it would probably still be okay, but skippable. And I'd probably put it somewhere around. Does that one go above? Mystical Ninja.
I think it kind of scoots its way up even to the like just above maybe Castlevania 64.
Oh, okay.
Worse than Kirby Dream Land.
Sure. Yeah. So Lion King. Yeah, it's not the best game, but it's not bad. Now, however, if we're talking about Aladdin, which is probably the crown jewel of this experience, it was really good. I would say it's good but flawed. If you like retro video games, I would add Aladdin into the repertoire of games you probably should play, right? And then kind of going up here, man, that's where DuckTales is, eh? I think it's probably as good as the other Mega Mans. I'd probably put it right here above Kirby.
Yeah, that looks about right to me. Because I was staring next to X-Men 2, and I'm like, both these games are kind of have their issues. But I do give X-Men 2 a little bit more of a sheen because it's X-Men. But yeah, I think so. And I mean, just give them like a quick. What's your quick review on each of these titles?
Yeah, so start bottom, work our way up.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so
Jungle Book. Jungle Book is it's kind of a lackluster platformer with some unique elements, but between minus the 3 boss battles, it's completely forgettable.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I would say it is. It looks like the source material. They did a good job of adapting the visuals into the game. But it leads for a kind of a bland, uninspired, forgettable experience. Like we struggled, played a game, recorded a podcast, now talk about it a day later, and I'm like, I can't remember anything about it. It's just forgettable. And Tyson's right; it does belong on the bottom of this list, like next to this kind of drudge. However, Lion King. It's a better experience, much more varied gameplay. They had some cool mechanics, right? There was jumping and some puzzle solving, and there was a part where you had to run away from. There was a stampede of buffaloes, and like there was just different values. Simba grows up at some point. You have to roll with cats. Cool, awesome. The hyenas become easier to defeat once you're older. Okay, cool. That shows progression. It's still not done the best. It's flawed. Were they just putting something together quick because of the Lion King? Probably.
Think so, but I feel like the developers were a little bit more passionate about it. Like it's kind of
has more care. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit repetitive. of a platformer and the levels drag on a little bit, but it's tricky at some spots, but there's nothing that I don't find unfair.
Yeah.
You can't you can't learn the mechanics. Like I know one of the big complaints is the ostrich part, and you just learn to, instead of double tapping, tap and hold, then tap. Like that's the slight adjustment your brain needs to make, so you can just quickly, easily pass certain sections. And I think that's really well done, because if it's aimed at kind of more kids, it's a very approachable experience, and it's got all the music, and that's very important. So
yeah, it's not in terms of licensed products. There was care obviously put into it. We talked about there was kind of like the end level cutscenes, right? They'll kind of flash up to like a cliff, and you'll see Scar menacing staring at you, and I'm like, oh, it's done very well, cool. And yeah, you're right. The sound design or the song are great. The composure of the songs and the chip tunes, phenomenal, top notch, great. It just lacks something in between. Like there's somewhere in the gameplay they kind of were like, you just got to put together a 20-minute level. Just do stuff, guys. I don't know. Stay busy this afternoon. I can't babysit you, right? Whereas Aladdin, on the other hand, it's a well-built world. It looks beautiful. It tells the story of the movie fairly accurately. It looks great. Like it holds up in terms of visuals on the Super Nintendo. The kinetic motion that the gameplay that they kind of, it's Mega Man with agility. Right, it feels so great. After playing a bunch of Mega Man games earlier this year, getting to this Capcom game where I can actually move quickly, and you can daunt, and there's like a sail that helps with the platforming. It just has so many creature comforts. It makes for that really nice, unique experience there, which I understand why people love Aladdin, right? And they talk about it fondly from their childhood. That's a game that nostalgia does right. So, and yourself with Aladdin?
yeah, I think it's a very quality game. It's definitely the most refined of these three. It doesn't do anything jarringly wrong. I think it's very a fair game. It's not a like even the trickier parts are still very rewarding. Like I guess one of the trickier parts would be the chasing or the riding on the carpet away from the lava, and but it's also very iconic, so it's fun to replay those things. And so I feel like if you get stuck in a section, it's good that section is fun to play and fun to experience. Then it feels less like you're getting stuck and more you're enjoying your experience.
Yeah, no doubt.
I think that's the Aladdin key, is it's an enjoyable experience. The gameplay's fun, the platforming's fun. It's a solid, fun game.
So this goes to show how much I played these games. I know with Aladdin there's a password system. So if you die, you can just restart a level. Cool, awesome. I don't know if there's a password system in Jungle Book or Lion King, because I didn't care enough to look or write, or as soon as something was done, I just moved on with my life. I didn't worry about it at all. So another perk in the Aladdin cap. Now, the tough question is, we got to rank these as one unit, but similar how we did like Mega Man's or this Disney Afternoon collection, right? So we kind of have to clump those three games, Aladdin, Lion King, and Jungle Book, somewhere on this list. We just don't know where. I think based on law of averages, this isn't high enough up the list, this Mega Man Kirby little pocket, to bring them into good but flawed. So I'm thinking okay but skippable for probably all three titles if you had to play them all and you couldn't pick and choose. So then where do these three games land?
Yeah, I mean, but is Aladdin good, like as a what would you give Aladdin as a score? Like an 80 or a 95 or an 890?
I'd give it an 8 out of 10.
So give it an 8.
Yeah.
I also would kind of give it an 8.
But on that scale, like Lion King is getting a 6 and Jungle Book's maybe getting a 3.
Yeah, okay. So I guess would probably fall like, I don't know, above, maybe like there's the Earthworm Jim, X-Men, F-Zero.
F-Zero. So
that's way too low. Let's go just below Shadows of the Empire. Above Banjo-Kazooie.
Above Banjo. Sure. Yeah.
Would you rather play Lion King or
I'd rather
Banjo?
I'd rather just go play Jungle Book again than Banjo. So
Exactly.
yeah.
So it's like, no, we would put this here.
Okay, and that's cute, and like it's on the same tier. It's all almost within reaching distance of its like
Yeah, I'm
partner
almost tempted
here.
to put it next to its partner. Like, just put it next to the Disney game.
But that's
just be
like that like smacks these games. These games are pretty good.
I know. So that's why it's hard to do it.
Yeah, I like that there. I like that there, and I think that's good, and that's where we're ranking it. So there you go. Now you know it's okay but skippable, and it's somewhere near the top of that list. So yeah, cool.
Yep. Aladdin can't do all the heavy lifting.
No, not at all. Sweet. So with that ends the show, and I guess we'll see you guys if you're interested. I think we have a Zelda coming out on the podcast, so keep your eyes open and ears because you listen, you don't look at podcasts next week, and then I think we're back with a movie, and then time just keeps on slipping. Good times.
Yeah. I look forward to it.
Okay, bye guys.
Bye.